Hi, I'm Hugh Sullivan, videographer for the Herald and Review, and I wanted to talk about cell phones and art and how some people just kind of flip out when they see stuff from the phone and think that it's not art or think that it shouldn't have been done a certain way. And I think sometimes people just need to take a step back and relax and try and put themselves in the mindset of the person who created that specific image or video. Okay? Let's start off with Instagram. People have a lot of problems with Instagram. They think, oh, it's this cheap little knockoff thing where people are just trying to pass their stuff off as art when they're just slapping a little preset filter on it and then putting it out there in the world. Instagram, to a lot of people, especially me, is just the easiest way and the most fun way to just get an image out there. Just take a picture and get it done with. I'm not trying to create art when I take a picture with my phone. Sometimes, and you know what? Sometimes I do create art when I take a picture with my phone, but I'm not usually trying to create art. I'm saying, hey, this calzone looks pretty awesome. I'm going to take a picture of it and show everyone, hey, you should get over to Donnie's because this is what the calzone looks like. And so I'll take a picture. And then you know what? Those preset filters in there, they're not all just to make it look retro or vintage. You know what? There's a lot of filters. If you use them enough, you'll know when as soon as you take a picture, this is a little red. I know what filter is going to bump that color balance up, give me a little bit more of a cool tone to offset that, or what's going to bump up your shadows, or this is too contrasty, it's not contrasty enough. You know exactly which one you want to go to just give it a little bit of a bump to make it a little bit more presentable for Facebook and Twitter. And that's all I want to do with this. I'm not saying, well, I got an art show at a gallery in New York, I better go take all my pictures so I can have them, framed, 30 by 30 and put up on the gallery wall. That's not what I'm aiming to do. And again, I'm not saying that you can't do that. Someone might be able to. Someone may have already, and it may be incredible. But you know what? I'm just trying to take a picture of my lunch, or a bug, or something weird that I saw today, or I'm standing behind the camera and I'm saying, hey, I'm interviewing someone really cool today. And while they're talking, I'll just snap a picture of them. You know what? That's what I use this for. That's what I think this is for. And so a lot of the people who have complaints about the phone, about Instagram, they're really... I think the complaint boils down to you didn't use the right tool for the job. And I think people just assume like there's a better app out there somewhere. And if you're going to go that far to say you're not using the right tool for the job, I think that you might as well just go the next step further and say you shouldn't be using a phone for this. If you think that whatever photo you're looking at needed more effort, then it should have probably been done with a camera where you can manually set your exposure and aperture and film speed and focus and everything and do it right. So if you've got a complaint with Instagram, I bet if you really dig deep down inside, the complaint is really about the fact that it was taken on a phone in general. So it doesn't matter if you use Hipstagram or some other cruddy little 99-cent or free program. It doesn't matter. They're all just meant to be goofy and fun and not be taken so seriously. And that brings me to video. Most of the time when I shoot video on this, it's because there's something happening, I think it's interesting or I think it's cool, and I don't have a real camera with me. So I'm going to shoot it with this. And you know what? Sometimes you're too close to the action to be able to get the regular aspect on the camera. The camera is not wide enough. Unless you buy one of these tiny little wide-angle lenses that are... I got this on Amazon for $8, and it is incredible. It's got a macro, and then you can screw off the front, and or it's got a wide angle, and then you can screw off the front, and it's a macro, and it's friggin' incredible. But unless you have this on you and it's handy, and you can just snap it onto your camera, you're not going to be able to get everything in frame when you hold it the right way. If someone's dancing in front of you, or you've got someone's face there, you've got to turn it this way to get everything in frame. And again, if the problem is that oh, this was such an important video, it should have been done right, well, then it probably shouldn't have been done on a phone anyway. It should have been done on a camera where you could set your exposure and hold it steadier and get better sound than the tiny little microphone on this. It comes down to the right tool for the job. And if the right tool for the job is whatever you have on you right now, this is the right tool for the job. And sometimes it requires you to flip it and hold it this way. I saw a really funny video about, it was like an anti-vertical video PSA. Really funny, but I still think the people who get like rabidly, as soon as they see that letterboxing, they just, oh, this is stupid. I can't believe these idiots don't know how to use a camera. I make my living doing video and film. I shoot news, I shoot weddings, and then I shoot films and sketches on the side after all that. That's all I do is video. So I know how to use a camera. And you know what? Sometimes you got to flip it like this if it's on your phone to get what you need in the shot. I don't use this for shooting weddings and sketches and short films. I use this for shooting prank videos in the hallway of a bathroom to scare a friend. And you know what? This is all I needed. And I needed to flip it this way to get the guy's face and reaction in there. So I think people just take themselves and take these pieces of art or whatever just a little too seriously. And they need to just step it down a notch and maybe realize that this crap is just for fun. You're using the phone because it's what you have at your disposal and it's just kind of neat. And the rest should just be left alone. Thanks for watching. Check back to heraldandreview.com to see more videos that we do. You can see my other work. Subscribe to our Herald and Review YouTube channel here where I post all my work. And check out my personal YouTube channel where I do my films and sketches and all my other goofy stuff.